Welcome to Ms.T special. Today my special is going to be cabbage casserole with hamburger meat. So the ingredients we're going to be using is a head of cabbage. You need 2 pounds of ground beef. I took the liberty of opening one up and when I brown it. So you're going to need 2 pounds of ground beef, a head of cabbage, 3 to 4 teaspoons of black pepper, any form of seasoned salt or plain regular coarse salt. You're going to use a half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of onion, chopped onions. You're going to need cream of celery and cream of mushroom. Also, you're going to need Parmesan and Romano cheese, and you need like 12 ounces. So these together make 12 ounces of Parmesan Romano cheese. The ground beef, you would need to brown it on medium for about 10 to 15 minutes till it's brown, and drain the grease from it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start my cabbage, and I cut it up very finely. And I already had the water already boiling for it. Instead of me, we're just going to cook the cabbage until soft, and we're going to season it very well. Use a skillet for that, and chop finely, and just make sure. I'm going to go ahead and throw a little season on here. Give me 1 second. And you can season your ground beef so you don't have to season the casserole, because you're really not going to need to do that because the ingredients we're using. So we're just going to sprinkle a little seasoned salt to give it some taste. Then we're going to sprinkle a pinch of black pepper, 2 pinches actually. Then I'm going to go ahead and just keep adding. And we're going to let this cook for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes as well, on medium high. The cabbage and the ground beef is cooking. Go ahead and get your glass casserole bowl ready. And what I do spray it with Pam before I do the casserole. About a 19 by 14 inches of casserole bowl, or it can be one that sets up high, it doesn't matter. And also, while the ground beef and the cabbage is cooking, go ahead and preheat your oven to like 420 on medium high. And also go ahead and spray down your casserole bowl. You only need a little bit, so just spray so it won't stick. And just like I said, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for the meat to brown. Drain the grease from it. Drain your cabbage when it's done. And we'll be ready for the oven after that. Okay, now that the ground beef, I already drained the ground beef from the grease from the ground beef. I go ahead and add the sour cream into the ground beef. So we're going to add just this, and we're going to mix it together. And I'm going to go ahead and add the onions as well in here, okay? Just to have all the ingredients already made up. And then so next I'm going to go ahead and start laying some of the cabbage in the casserole bowl. So after I go ahead and get the ground beef with the onions and the sour cream all mixed together, I lay it out in the casserole bowl. Then I start adding a little cheese. Lay the cheese out. Then I go ahead and I start with the cream of celery first. So I just lump that in different places, because it's going to spread out once you lay it out and start cooking it. Once you put it in the oven and bake it, I mean. And that's why I say it only takes 1 can. Because trust and believe, 1 can will be enough. This is a down south southern old recipes that we used to make years ago. And it's making a comeback in the family for the holiday time, but we're just going to make it for a Mrs. T special today. So what I go ahead and do is just spread it, but you don't, 1 can will definitely be enough. You don't need a lot. And the next thing I do is start to lay the cabbage. Okay, so after you lay the ground beef, go ahead and lay the cabbage out and spread it out in the casserole bowl. In the dish, actually, casserole dish. So once I get that laid out, and another thing, make sure that you drain the cabbage from the water that you use to cook it in. So what I do, I go ahead and add more cheese on top of the cabbage. And by the way, I'm using Parmesan and Romano cheese. You could use mozzarella, or you can just use any kind of cheese you like. But the recipe called for any kind of white cheese, actually. That suits your taste. So next, I go ahead with the cream of celery. I'm sorry, the cream of mushroom. Remember, one can is what you need. Call for the recipe. Then we're going to spread this out, and we're going to add another layer of cheese. Remember, you got to have the oven already preheated. And this, you can bake this for like 30 minutes, because actually all the ingredients is already cooked in it, like the ground beef, the cabbage. So we spread this out a little, but trust and believe that once you spread it out, it goes a long way. And you will be able to taste, oh my God, it is great. Now, it's optional if you really want to use double cans of the ingredients, the cream of mushroom, the cream of celery. It is certainly up to you. You can stretch this recipe depending on how big your family is. So after I do that, I go ahead and lay more cheese. And remember, I had already seasoned the meats and the everything. So you don't need more season because you'll make it very salty, and you don't want that. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to bake this on medium. I got my oven on 420 preheated. And we're going to cook this for about 30 to 40 minutes until it's brown on top. Okay. So the this took like 30 minutes to brown on top. Now what we're going to do, we're going to serve this, and we're going to use Parmesan and Romano grated cheese now when you get ready to serve it. So if you like my recipe, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and please look forward to future recipes on Mrs. T Daily Special. Thank you guys. God bless you. Thank you for watching.